Sports chaplaincy is not new for me. Way back in the day, I was involved as a sports chaplain myself at the Parramatta Eels. It was a great experience being there, being a presence for a team in the local community in that time.
I became the chaplain for the Parramatta Eels in 2011. It wasn't until 2 or 3 years later that people started to recognise who I actually was. They thought I was part of the group or part of the playing group.
It was a fascinating time in the history of the Parramatta Eels. They'd just come off those halcyon days where they had won premiership after premiership, and some of their key players had retired and some of them was in their last year when I was there.
Within our playing group, there's a lot of guys coming from different backgrounds, different walks of life. Some of these athletes, this is their dream, their passion from when they were 12, 13 years of age. You're dealing with a lot of pressures, external and internal. You're dealing with social media now. Players would get criticised for a bad performance, and the next week they'll get praise for a great performance. And so for me as a chaplain, come alongside them and realising this is part of their dream and help them get there.
Tell you one of the things that made a difference was when I was visiting hospital to one of the players who was in his final year of football. I visited him in hospital and almost the lights came on for him. What are you doing here? And he'd seen me on the hill on a Thursday afternoon, and now I was visiting him in hospital, and that just made a difference for him.
I remember after training one particular session, a player came up to me and said, "Oh, can I have a word to you, Rev?" Turns out that he was just trying to find a way to propose to his partner. He invited my wife and I to their wedding, and it was a great wedding. This is part of what I do as a chaplain. It's not just on the field, but also part of their life outside.
The next time you saw that person in their normal surroundings, they saw you a little differently, and seeing the chaplain in a different light also helps people see the church in a different light, maybe see God in a different light, and see that people care for them as people, not just for what they can perform.